things about me, but one of the things is that I have lots of children, and one of the dadisms that I have in my household is that there are lots of ways to lie. And I know them all, okay? Because I've been around, I've been a reporter a long time. I know all these ways to lie. You're not going to fool me. I get it. Some of the ways to lie, including saying something that's just flat out untrue, right? And that's the one we're all most acquainted with. Anybody that's watching any of this presidential campaign knows what that one's about. Just to say something that's flat out untrue. But there are other ways to lie, including not saying something that is true. See the difference in those two? And then a third way to lie is just to fail to provide context. So, how does all that show up? What's on sale this morning? What are people in line for this morning? All over America, they're in for the iPhone 5, right? They're all jittery about the iPhone 5. As an iPhone user, let me just testify to you, it's a crappy phone that's going to need a $60 cover, and the keyboard still is for shit. So, but all the same, people are in line for it this morning, right? So what happens at the nation's #1 television market? A story. A story about the iPhone 5.
Come out until Friday, but already about a dozen people are camped out in front of Apple's New York flagship store on Fifth Avenue. Starting at $200, the iPhone 5 is sleeker, has a laser keyboard, holographic images, and other cool new features.
Wait. What kind of keyboard? A laser keyboard? Holographic images? Wait a minute, I want one! Only it's not true. It's not true. It's an absolute lie. It's not true. iPhone 5 doesn't have laser keyboards and doesn't have holograms. Where did that come from? From an old concept video. It's a YouTube video that somebody just excerpted and threw into a news story in the nation's #1 television market. This isn't good. And I see this kind of stuff happening all the time. So I want you to practice this critical question. I want you to sound like your mother when you know and she knows you were lying. When she looks at you and says, "Really?" Everybody practice it with me. Really? Now say it like your mother. Really? Because this is what we should ask every single story, every single day. Really? I mean, my mother is probably the only person, other than my English teacher, who called me Alan. And she would go, "Alan? Really?" And I would fold, like, how's it going? No, well, not really. So, this is the kind of stuff that's airing all the time because we're not